Ryan here with All in Crypto, and I found something in the Ethereum chart that I thought was pretty interesting. So let's take a peek. So here we are on the weekly chart of the of Ethereum, and as you can see, we've been having quite a run up. We're already at 1738, and we had fallen all the way down to just under $900. But I noticed if you look back to the 2018 run up and then the fall. We had a fall, a retrace. We fell below the 50 EMA, retracement above it, and then came down. And then we started another move, and it was kind of a prolonged move. And we created this double bottom, and then we bounced up. Okay? And if we run a Fibonacci from the top to the bottom, we came up and we tapped the 0.5 and then got pushed right back down and below the 50 EMA again. And then we ran up again, and right here is the C crash. And so I kind of don't count that. I'm assuming that if that didn't happen, we probably would have just kept running up without having that other drop. So then we ask, well, where was that on a retracement level? So we come back to the bottom, back in 2016. We go to the top, and that was a touch of the 0.5 on the retracement. And then it went up, came back down. And I wondered, are we doing something similar right now? And what could possibly be happening in the future that would be like a buy the rumor, sell the news type of event? And I'm sure you all know what that is already. But let's go from the bottom to the top. And we didn't touch the 0.5, but we touched the 382, and we're bouncing off that real nicely. That's pretty bullish for Ethereum. And so another thing I want to look at here is the Fu Manchu. Back here had a green dot, and then we went up and came back down. Right here, another green dot, and now we're going up. And the question is how high are we going to go? Are we going to get rejected off this 50 moving average, or are we going to break through like we did over here, just barely, and then come back down again? And what would that look like? So if we bounce down and we come up and we get rejected off the 0.5, that would actually line up almost perfectly, depending on how quickly this rise continues, if it does continue. It would almost line up perfectly with hitting the 50 EMA. But if we broke through the 50 EMA, we would hit the 618. And honestly, that's kind of where I'm looking at. And that also lines up, when they say that the merge is happening, like September 19th or something like that. So September 19th, you could kind of see right here. Let's draw a horizontal line, September 19th. I have another horizontal line here. Let me delete that. And let me make it so we can see this a little bit better. So September 19th kind of lines up where a collision might happen with the price action and the 50 EMA right here at the 0.5 actually. And if it does break through, hits this 618 and comes back down, what would that look like? Well, from here to the top, we came down and we tapped the 786 perfectly. And then we went up, and if it wasn't for the C crash, we probably would have kept going. And that would have been the very bottom, and we would have double bottomed and gone up. Now, I was accumulating down here some Ethereum, and I actually am setting a sell order for just some of my Ethereum, not all of it, just some of it, around $2,100 and $2,400. Because usually in a macro environment like this, if you're going to hit the 50 EMA, there's going to be a rejection. Whether you break through it like you did back here for a couple of weeks, or you just hit it dead on, like it looks like we're going to hit around the $2,100 range, a rejection is most likely going to come. And so if I accumulated down around $800 to $1,000, and it goes all the way up to $2,000, that is quite a bit of profit. And now you don't have to sell your entire position, but I'm going to sell a little bit of it. Well, actually, I want to move that back. Hold on, I want to try something here. I'm going to sell a little bit of it, but let's go ahead and look the other way here. So let's just assume it's going to hit the 0.5. Let's start with that. A retracement back to the 618 after the rejection, come back down, hit the 618, which is around $1,200, and then goes back up. Now, if it went all the way up to the 618, come back down to the 618, we're at 13, just over 1,300. If it did what it did before and came back down to the 786, you're at just over $1,100. You can rebuy your position after the rejection when it comes back down and tests either the 618, buy a little bit here, and then if it keeps going, buy a little bit more down here. And if you're assuming that it's going to continue on, kind of like it did back here, and go up further, then you made a great trade right here. Come back down, buy some more, and now you're off to the races. Another thing I wanted to kind of point out here is there is a trend line being formed. And this is just to help with my theory here. If around the merge, September 19th, happens, look at where these collide. The trend line and the Fibonacci at the 618 hit right there, which kind of strengthens my case a little bit as well, that we're going to come up. We might actually break through the 50, hit our trend line, which also coincides with the 618, and then get our rejection and come back down. Anyway, that's kind of what I saw a little bit for Ethereum. Not sure if it's going to play out, just thought it was very interesting that these are kind of looking very similar. And there's some trading opportunities in here. Anyway, let me know what you think. Like this video, comment down below, and see you next time.